Resident Evil 9 has a potential release date of 2025. Speculation is rising about Capcom's plan for a Resident Evil series, with new information suggesting the release of Resident Evil 9 in 2025. In 2023, which was a prosperous year for the Capcom company, with titles like Resident Evil 4, Street Fighter 6 performing exceptionally well in sales. But they were hinting at major new upcoming games releases like Monster Hunter World 2 and stuff like that. I like the remakes of like Resident Evil 2 and 3 and 4, and I want a Code Veronica. I know it was the least popular of the Resident Evil games, but I want a Code Veronica. There's no official announcement in regards to Resident Evil 9 or any new remakes. There's no Code Veronica remake. But they need to have something big in 2025. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. They had The Village a while back, which was like last year, was it, for The Village? So they need something. So the Nathan, I think there's a character called Nathan Winters, which is the one from I need to get this right now.
Number 8.
8 and 9. No, 8. No, sorry, 7, 8, and hopefully in number 9. There you go, got that one. So I don't know. Apparently, there's some DLC and bits in regards to what happens to Ethan and Rose Winter's story in the thingy, which raises questions about the gameplay perspective of Resident Evil 9. They might even just take it down a whole new alley, because they went down they went first-person horror, which I think is the first time they've done that with Resident Evil 7, which we played virtually, which is cool, but you couldn't get past the bloody woman in the attic.
The crazy woman in the attic.
The crazy woman in the attic. And given the fact that Sony have pushed Konami to do Silent Hill remake, there should be some. Capcom should have a little bit of fire. They shouldn't get too comfortable, if that makes any sense, because Sony and Konami want to eat their lunch, because there is room in that horror genre, that single player horror genre, which people keep, how can I put it, forgetting about. And most of the decent indie games that you'll find on PC are indie horror games. So yeah, I'm hoping that something interesting comes through, but yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Nigel. I kind of there's a note here that says they hinted a Code Veronica remake may be on the cards, and Resident Evil 5, because of the silly reaction to it, may be delayed, because we are far more sensitive now than we were back then when it comes to these things. Even though that having Africans in Africa, and if you did it right, you'd see them as the victims, like you did for Raccoon City, of the Plagueis and Umbrella or Wesker or whoever carried it out. Because I never did Resident Evil 5. Kind of, I don't know. But yeah, sorry, well, waffled. Is you drinking?
I was having a drink of water.
So yeah,
I think that it's possible they'll do another remake, because they're loving that. That's hitting a big time at the moment, all the remakes. So Resident Evil 9 is probably on the cards, because I think number 8 did quite well.
It was received critically well. It was really received. There's lots of people who played it and enjoyed the hell out of it. So yeah, it's
yeah, I think it was, and so that would have put a bit of fire in their belly to create a number 9, and maybe they move on with the story. I didn't play it, so it's not really Resident Evil. Is not something for me. But
Resident Evil 2 remake was fantastic. Resident Evil 3 remake suffered from the same problem that Resident Evil 3 game did, where they rushed through the development because they were working on Code Veronica, and they wanted a fully 3D game for Code Veronica, and they rushed Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3, the antagonist, the nemesis creature was fantastic. It burst through doors and chased you down and made you think, oh, what am I going to do? And because the way they had Mr. X in the second one, which was like a big hulking great fella in a hat who followed you around, the nemesis, which was clearly dangerous in comparison to this guy. It's down as one of the best game antagonists ever. But saying that, I would like to play. Maybe I need to go back and have a go at Code Veronica, because I remember I bought a Dreamcast for like a week to play Code Veronica and I took it back. Sorry, I kind of went off on one there. Just remembering the days when I was shameless.
Oh well. So, what do you think? If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, let us know. Do you think there's one in the works? What do you think it'll be about?
Code Veronica. I want Code Veronica. Give me Code Veronica. Give me Code Veronica. I want to play it. I think the remake might do it justice. Anyway, on that note, next story.